Who really decides the price of petrol? You pull up to the petrol station. Yesterday, the price was £1.42 a litre. Today, £1.55. Tomorrow, who knows? It feels random, like the universe just rolls some dice and decides how much it'll cost you to get to work. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not random at all. And once you peek behind the curtain of who actually sets the price of petrol and diesel, you'll start to see a tangled web of oil giants, governments, wars, and even traders gambling on barrels of crude oil like it's a horse race. The story begins in the late 1800s, when the internal combustion engine changed everything. Cars, trucks, planes, all powered by one thing: oil. And right from the start, oil wasn't just a fuel, it was power. Empires were built on it, wars were fought for it, and fortunes were made, usually by a handful of companies you've definitely heard of. By the mid-20th century, a cartel of oil giants known as the Seven Sisters controlled almost all of the world's oil. Think names like Shell, BP, Exxon. They were accused of price fixing, exploiting poorer nations, and bending governments to their will. And even today, the controversies never really stopped. From oil spills that devastate ecosystems to the industry's role in climate change. But here's what you actually want to know. Why does the price jump around every single time you fill up? It's because petrol isn't priced just on what it costs to drill or refine. It's priced on global crude oil markets, massive exchanges where traders bet on the future. If there's tension in the Middle East, if a pipeline closes, or if an OPEC country decides to cut production, traders panic, and the price at your local station changes within days. And then there's tax. In the UK, more than half of what you pay per litre is actually tax and duties. Governments use fuel tax as a cash cow. And let's be honest, they're not giving that up anytime soon. So who actually decides the price? It's a messy cocktail. Oil-producing countries like Saudi Arabia pump or restrict supply. Companies like BP and Shell refine and distribute. Global traders speculate, and governments take their cut. In reality, no single person decides, but all of them push and pull the price in their own way. Could there be a better system? Maybe. Some argue for pegging fuel to fixed domestic production costs, which would insulate drivers from global shocks. Others say we should ditch petrol altogether and go electric. But that brings its own questions. How green is an electric car if the electricity comes from burning gas or coal? And speaking of shocks, the war in Ukraine sent global energy prices soaring. Sanctions on Russian oil and gas disrupted supply, Europe scrambled for alternatives, and suddenly drivers across the UK were paying record prices. That spike wasn't random. It was geopolitics playing out in real time on the forecourt. So, is the petrol and diesel industry dying now that electric and hydrogen cars are here? Not yet. Sales of traditional cars are falling, yes, and governments are setting bans on new petrol and diesel vehicles in the next couple of decades. But the oil industry is enormous, and it's not going quietly. Demand in countries like India and China is still rising, and many oil companies are hedging their bets, investing in renewables while still drilling for billions in profit. The future? Probably messy. Petrol won't vanish overnight, but as electric cars become mainstream, the industry faces a slow decline. Some say the age of oil is ending. Others think it'll cling on much longer than we'd like. But one thing's certain, as long as you're filling up at the pump, you're not just buying fuel. You're buying into a global system of power, politics, and profit. And next time the numbers flicker on that pump, remember, it's not luck. It's a game being played on a scale far bigger than your car, your town, or even your country. Hey guys, Quotidian here. If you like this video, then please consider liking and subscribing, as it really does help our channel to grow and continue to bring you interesting videos about the everyday like this one.